A man on the run may manage to elude the law, but his yesterdays follow him like an ever-lengthening shadow. For some, the shadow of the past is an object of fear. But for Richard Kimball, it's a form of security. His memories are a bulwark against hopelessness and despair. When the memories falter, so does Kimball.
Operator, me Stafford, Indiana.
They're out there again.
Who?
Gerard's watchdogs. There's another one sitting out there, waiting.
Hey, now. Don't let him get to you.
Been 3 years now. Why can't they leave us alone?
Hello.
Hello?
Dick? We were hoping you'd call.
Dick, where are you? Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right. I read about Dad. And the paper's 2 days old.
Well, it was his heart, and it finally just gave out on him. He's been on borrowed time since...
I know, since the trial.
Dick, I want to see you.
Oh, Dick. I'm sorry. She's just so happy to hear from you.
How bad is it?
She'll be all right. She has a few tranquilizers and...
Lynn, I'm about 200 miles from Stafford.
Now, don't try it. That's exactly what Gerard's waiting for.
Well, maybe I could sit down and talk with her.
Well, sure, it would help, but you can't afford to take a chance like that.
You can fly to Fort Wayne this evening. Register at the Howard Hotel. Wait for my call. Better use another name.
All right. We'll use the name Townsend.
No.
If we're not there when you call, it's because we couldn't get rid of Gerard.
All right, Lynn, I'll see you tonight.
You watching us? Just remember, your reservation's at the airport. You change planes in Indianapolis. Take flight 411 to Fort Wayne.
When will you get there?
As soon as I can. I'll take a train to Logansport, and I'll rent a car, and I'll drive to Fort Wayne. You wait for me at the hotel. Good luck, baby.
Husband's got a suitcase with him. She doesn't look like she's going anywhere. I better stick with him.
I'd like a taxi, please, right away.
One way to Fort Wayne.
Well, I guess you might say I have Richard Kimball to thank for all this. After all, the Kimball case attracted quite a lot of attention. I was the prosecuting attorney, and I was lucky enough to win a conviction. Next thing I knew, my good neighbors from Stafford had turned me into a representative.
Mr. Ballinger's being unduly modest. It took more than luck to win the Kimball case.
With you around, Joe, I can afford to be modest. But in all honesty, gentlemen, I consider the Kimball case behind me now. I don't intend to build my political future on another man's misfortune. Now, if you'll excuse us, we're due at the Indianapolis airport. Thank you.
No more questions, boys. Mr. Ballinger's coming back to Indianapolis right after the big rally in Stafford.
Attention, please. Nationwide bus lines to Fort Wayne. Now boarding at lane 6.
Western Airlines announces the arrival of flight number 5 at gate 17.
Yes, Mrs. Townsend.
We'll wait for you in the bar, Joe.
Right.
A skycap at Trans-Western Airlines.
Flight 411 for Fort Wayne. Departs in exactly 18 minutes.
Thank you.
Oh, Mrs. Townsend? Mrs. Townsend? Your baggage check.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Here's to the man I married, wherever he may be.
Oh, no, don't start that again.
I can't help it, Mike. I miss you.
As soon as this campaign is over, Harriet, you and I'll just disappear for a few weeks. I promise you.
Politicians promise?
Very funny.
Look, the ballot box shimmy. Campaign hasn't even started yet. Mike, if you continue at this pace, you're going to end up in a...
I'll end up in the governor's mansion with you as my first lady. Now, what the devil's wrong with that?
Mike, I don't care if I'm the first lady or the 101st, as long as you and I have got...
Well, I do care.
Our plane leaves in about 2 drinks from now. You sure you won't come with us, Harriet?
Oh, no, thank you, Joe. Smoke-filled rooms make my eyes water.
But you'll be there for the rally, won't you?
Oh, sure.
3 basic requirements for the successful candidate. Experience, integrity, and a beautiful wife. Without them, he hasn't got a thing.
Thank you. Mike, isn't that Donna Taft?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I hardly recognized her. She's gotten so thin.
Who?
Kimball's sister.
Has she been ill?
Her father died a few days ago. I imagine she's had it pretty rough.
Well, shouldn't we say hello and offer our condolences or something?
Condolences for the man who sent her brother to death row. Right after the trial, her father had his first heart attack. Our condolences would be about as welcome as flowers from the hangman.
What's that name again?
Taft, Donna Taft.
Attention, please. Flight 411, non-stop to Fort Wayne, now boarding at gate 19.
That's a funny thing. Mrs. Taft is traveling as Mrs. Townsend.
What are you talking about?
I didn't even recognize her. She was standing right in front of me at the reservations counter. Mrs. Townsend. That's what the clerk called her. Now, why would she be going to Fort Wayne?
I suppose maybe that's her business.
Or maybe she has relatives there. Say, for instance, brother.
Oh, come on, Joe.
Harriet, please, go ahead, Joe.
A murderer's sister travels from one strange town to another using a phony name. I say that's worth investigating.
How?
A simple phone call to that cop, whatever his name is, in Stafford.
Gerard.
He'll alert the Fort Wayne police. They'll follow her to wherever she's going, put a tap on her phone.
Oh, that's horrible. That girl's had nothing but misery. Why give her any more?
Mike made the big time by convicting Kimball. If he could help capture him, he'll have this nomination in his hip pocket.
No, but it might all be a false alarm.
On the other hand, it may be exactly what we need to make your husband our next governor.
Is it worth it, Mike?
Phone Lieutenant Gerard.
Mr. Townsend, has my wife checked in yet?
Good afternoon, sir. May I take you back?
Yes, sir. Room 205.
Oh, never mind. I can handle it. Thank you.
Who is it?
It's me, honey. Open up.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm just a little frightened. Did the police follow you?
To the train. As far as they know, I'm in Logansport, and you're still at home. Hello.
Lynn.
That you, Dick?
Yes, I'm about 45 miles from town. Everything all right?
So far, so good. Where do we meet?
Your hotel room.
If you think it's all right.
We'll have more privacy. How's Donna?
She's doing fine. Just anxious to see you.
Same here. I should be there about 7 o'clock. It'll be dark by then.
That's room 205. We won't start worrying until 7:15.
Just seeing him again.
I know, honey.
Burns calling, Captain. Kimball will be here about 7 o'clock. We may need a few more men. Yes, sir. Gerard? Well, what time? He'll be here for the welcome, then. I'll hold it a minute, Captain. There's another call coming through at the room.
Hello? Hello. Is this Mrs. Townsend?
What's the matter? Who was that?
A woman asked for Mrs. Townsend.
Well?
Well, nobody knows we're here using that name.
But Donna, honey, it might have been someone in the hotel. The operator, the maid, someone in the office.
I can't think straight. I'm sorry.
Well, if it's important, they'll call back again. Now, next time, don't be so trigger-happy.
Detective Sergeant Burns, please.
Right here, Lieutenant.
You two cover the hotel. Andrews out front. Would you take the upstairs corridor? And I'll cover the lobby here. Anything shows, get in touch with the sergeant or myself through the switchboard here.
Bellhop,
Yes, ma'am.
would you deliver this to Mr. or Mrs. Townsend? It's room 205, and it's quite urgent.
Right away.
Thank you.
Any sign of him yet?
Well, it's only 6:45. He probably... Who is it?
Bellhop, sir. Message for Mr. Townsend? Thank you, sir.
Police are watching. Be careful.
How could they know? How could they possibly know?
No signature or nothing.
We gotta stop, Dick.
You wait here. Listen for that phone in case he calls.
He just delivered a message to their room, Lieutenant.
What sort of message?
Just an envelope, sir.
Who sent it?
A lady. I
She's
never...
staying in this hotel?
No, sir, I don't think so. I never saw her before.
Now, where is he going? Mr. Taft? Or, is it Miss Townsend?
You're in my way, Lieutenant.
May I ask where you're going?
I'm going out to get a pack of cigarettes. No, I prefer my own.
There's a machine right over there.
Is there a law against me buying them someplace else?
No. But there's a law against aiding a criminal, even if he's your brother-in-law. Sergeant, don't want him to get to Kimball before we do.
Mr. Taft, I'm sorry. I'll have to ask you to wait inside. Look, I'd rather not have any trouble. Will you please come inside?
I don't think there's any law against me staying outside and enjoying a little fresh air.
In this particular instance, I'd rather you wait inside, so if you don't mind, sir.
Dr. Kimball, I think you better get in my car. No, not back there. Gerard's got a man placed behind the hotel.
Who are you?
I'm Harriet Ballinger. I want to help you.
Why should you want to help me?
Look, I don't want to discuss my motives in this alley. This is a rented car. The police will never know I'm driving it, and if we're lucky, they'll never see you. Do you want to go with them or with me? It's really quite comfortable. Now, Mike and I stay here whenever we're in Fort Wayne. We don't usually sneak in the back way, though. Sit down and relax, Mr. Kimball. My husband is in Stafford, and I'm supposed to be in Indianapolis. This is the last place in the world anyone would look for you. Scotch or bourbon?
I'd like to know why I'm here.
Well, I tried to do this with a phone call. I called every hotel in town trying to find your sister. But when I finally reached her, she hung up on me.
How'd you know she was here?
I recognized her at the airport. My husband's campaign manager, bless him, found out where she was going and called the police. If I'd kept my big mouth shut.
And that's why you're doing all this?
Don't flatter yourself, Mr. Kimball. My reasons are far more selfish than that. Your trial launched Michael's political career. And your capture at this particular time would put him right smack in the limelight again. Maybe even in the governor's chair.
Well, I had no idea that I was a kingmaker.
Mr. Kimball, I've seen how politics affects some men. I've seen what's been happening to Michael. Sleeping pills when he goes to bed at night. Pet pills when he gets up in the morning. And tranquilizers in between. Well, I want a real live husband. Not some stranger that I have.
You know, harboring a fugitive, in some circles is considered a much worse crime than being governor. Yeah, I have that drink.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Kimball, I heard about your father. I'm awfully sorry. Do you think he would have died if you hadn't been convicted?
I don't know.
I see how your sister looks and how all this has affected her. I've seen you running in alleys and hiding in shadows. 3 people. Should they be sacrificed for one man's welfare?
No, they shouldn't. And neither should you.
Where are you going?
I promised Donna I'd see you.
Look, please be reasonable. If you don't want to stay, okay. I'll smuggle you out of town in the trunk of my car.
I'm not leaving until I see Donna.
All right, then. You stay here, and I'll try to arrange something.
Now, you've done it.
You think that I'm doing this just for you? Look, if you get caught out there, no one wins but Michael Ballinger, which means that I lose a husband. And you lose your life. Please, let me help you.
How do I see Donna? No, he hasn't escaped. He just hasn't shown up yet. I've got your men scattered all around the hotel, but I'll need more. A couple of prowl cars. Stand by. I'll call you back. Get me Detective Burns.
Len, Dick gets caught because of me.
Stop it, Donna. He hasn't been caught yet. He may not even show up at all. Who is it?
Please, let me in. Please, it's urgent. Thank you. Your brother sent you these.
I remember you. At the trial.
I'm Harriet Ballinger.
Mike Ballinger's wife?
Yes.
And you were just passing by?
I'm not playing games, Mr. Taft. I swear to you that I just left Richard Kimball. Now, I can take you to him if you'll allow me.
Why should we trust you?
Well, did you receive the note that I sent?
You sent that?
Yes. I hope you destroyed it.
I burned it. Does Dick know Gerard's in town?
Yes.
And why is he hanging around?
He refuses to leave until he sees you.
No, not now. It's too risky.
Look, everything is arranged. It's all taken care of. Hello, this is Mrs. Townsend speaking. Would you make some airline reservations for me, please? Yes, for my husband and I. There's 2 tickets on the 9:15 flight to Indianapolis with connections through to Stafford.
The woman who sent that note, did you see her come through here and go up the stairs?
No, Lieutenant. I've been out in the parking lot.
They went out the service entrance, Lieutenant. Her car's parked in back.
They're flying home. Maybe they're giving up.
How could they have warned Kimball away?
I think Mrs. Ballinger can tell us that.
Lieutenant, there they go. Let's go, boys.
Harriet? Harriet! Operator, this is Michael Ballinger. Did Mrs. Ballinger leave any message for me? Thank you. No word at all, you're sure? What? Oh, no, never mind. I'll just wait here for it, thank you.
Mrs. Ballinger, would you mind telling us what this is all about?
There's a basketball doubleheader tonight at the Coliseum. And the second game begins at 9 o'clock, about 45 minutes from now.
What's that got to do with us?
You're going to meet your brother there, on the lower level, next to the refreshment stand near Tunnel 18.
Why the Coliseum? There are thousands of people.
It'll be less conspicuous that way. And when the game starts, everyone will be looking the other way. Now, they'll be calling your flight in a few moments. You'll walk all the way to the gate, but don't board the plane. And as soon as the plane takes off, you get into a taxi cab, and you go to the Coliseum. Now, hurry on it.
Attention, please. Flight 411, non-stop to Fort Wayne, now boarding at gate 19.
What on earth are you doing here, Lieutenant?
What's your connection with the Kimball family, Mrs. Ballinger?
Oh, we've been friends for years. Long before the trial, Lieutenant. Good night.
That note. The one you sent them.
What note?
I imagine your husband would benefit greatly if Kimball were picked up before the convention.
I imagine he would, Lieutenant.
And yet you've been taking an unusual interest in the Kimball family.
Is compassion unusual, Lieutenant?
In this case, I think it is. Suppose I ask your husband about that note.
I'm sure neither one of us know anything about a note, Lieutenant.
Well, let's sit down. I'll try and explain.
I'm afraid sometime you'll find I can get very dense.
Don't worry, Mrs. Ballinger. I can get very stubborn.
Hello? Oh, yeah, Joe, I've been here a little while. Well, when I got to Stafford, I called Indianapolis, and the housekeeper told me she'd gone to Fort Wayne. How do I know why she's here? Well, she's never done this before, and I don't like it. Right, I'll call you later. Last time I saw you, Kimball, you were facing a jury, listening to the verdict. I must say, I never expected to find you hiding in my wife's hotel room.
Seemed like a good idea. Thought it'd be the last place anyone would look for me.
You were a lot more convincing on the witness stand. When was the last time you saw my wife?
About 45 minutes ago. She was leaving the hotel.
How did you get in?
A bellboy. I told him she was my wife.
Where is she?
I don't know.
Where's my wife?
I don't know.
Did she bring you here?
No, she didn't bring me.
Don't believe him, Mike. He's lying, but not for the reasons you think. He's lying to protect me. I offered to help him.
You offered? Why?
Suppose that I told you that I did it for you.
Oh, Harriet, come on.
There was a time when you'd have listened to what I had to say, whether you agreed with me or not. You would have listened because what I thought mattered to you. I mattered to you.
Harriet, you listen to what I've got to say.
I can remember when we had time for each other. I can even remember when your hands didn't tremble and you didn't have to take a pill with every meal.
What's all this got to do with Kimball?
Don't you understand that if he gets captured now, you get captured too? That you'll be Joe Penny's prisoner and the states and the parties, and you'll be doing that Indianapolis dagger dance until you keel over or you run out of pills or somebody stabs you in the back.
You've done all this just to keep me out of office.
Because I want a husband, not a basket case. And I don't want to share you with the state.
Do you know how long I've worked to get this far? Do you know how hard I've worked? Do you have any idea?
Mike, some men are made for politics. They thrive on it. But I've seen what these past 2 years have done to you.
What have you done to me? You and Kimball.
Mike, please.
Operator, get me police headquarters.
Mike, don't wait.
I'd like to speak to Lieutenant Gerard, please.
Please.
You seem to have a lot of ideas. How do I explain what Kimball was doing in my room? How do I... Gerard, Mike Ballinger. Richard Kimball just left my room a few seconds ago.
First game is still on. We have a half hour yet.
All right, tell anybody you want. Go on television for all I care. I'm dropping out of the race anyway. Thanks. He says he knows you helped Kimball and he's considering bringing charges.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Oh, don't be sorry. Everything's working out for you. Kimball gets away, I drop out of politics.
I can't lie about it. I'm glad. Believe me, baby. Everything will be much better.
For who?
For us.
For Kimball, maybe. Wherever he is.
Wait. No, honey, it wasn't for him. I tried to explain that to him. Look, you've got to understand, you've been working so hard that the only way that we can win is for you to lose.
All right, I work hard. Too hard, maybe, but it's what I want, what I need.
But you don't need that.
Harriet, every man has his own dream. It may be a nightmare for somebody else, but it's what keeps him moving, growing. I wanted that nomination. It meant more to me than anything in the world. Anything, Harriet.
Forgive me, darling, but there are other dreams.
Whose? Yours? You can't enjoy mine, so you destroy them and then say, forgive me? Man can lose a lot of dreams that way. And I don't think I want to lose any more.
What are you going to do?
About us?
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure there is any more us.
Mike! He's meeting his sister at the Coliseum.
see you, Dick.
I've been waiting. I was afraid. You look so tired.
I've been working too hard.
Need anything?
No, I'm all right.
Mail. I got some mail. Mail.
I'll get us some coffee.
I guess pharmaceutical houses don't read the newspapers. What are you doing now?
Oh, I keep busy. You know, the kids. And I wanted to see you so badly, and now I'm going to mess it all up. Why am I such a baby? You know, I swore I wasn't going to do this. And now I see you and I get all weepy and silly.
It's all right, you have a right.
No, I don't have any right. You're still...
I'll manage. I've kept it up so long, I can keep it up a little longer. But I need you.
What do you mean? Is there something I can do?
No, I mean, I need you to not fall to pieces. I know that's a little selfish of me, but I need you. And not to keep a light in the window or anything. I just need to know that there's someone somewhere.
All in one piece.
All in one piece.
There you go.
I'm sorry, that was quite a mouthful.
I needed it.
Well, bring me up to date on the news.
Mrs. Ballinger seems to specialize in red herrings. Maybe this is another one. You two cover the other exits. We'll split downstairs.
Every time he gets on that two-wheeler, I'm afraid to look.
That's nothing. Billy's after me to buy him a racing car for his birthday.
You wouldn't recognize him, Dick.
I guess so. They're nice-looking kids, though.
What do you think? Are you ever going to find him?
Well, I think I'd better be going.
Already?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Lynn?
Good luck, Dick. Thanks.
I'll be there.
I know.
We better get back ourselves.
No, let's just wait a minute.
He'll be all right now. It was good for him to see you.
You both think I'm that naive. You think I don't know why he said all that.
Okay. Okay, but you know something? It worked. Come on.
From Beverly Hills. For Richard Kimball, Working as man of all jobs under the alias of Jack Thicket, it is a welcome bit of limbo.
Well, hello there.
This is one of our loveliest suites.
Just moving in? You'll like it here.
Get the point? What'd you do?
0.
Nice.
Bet a dime.
Dime.
He's cheating again.
Oh, Sam.
Me? I'll hit you right in the mouth.
Will you shut up and play?
I'm out. Frankie. It looks like you're gonna have a little competition around here from now on, huh?
Who? Oh, her? Oh, come on, Uncle Sam. You gotta be kidding.
Oh, Alice.
Oh, hi, Sam.
You know, that guy looks real familiar.
Oh, his name is Slade, Edward Slade.
Slade.
And the girl, it says in the registry, is his secretary.
Edward Slade.
Looks like we fell into a nest of penny ante hustlers.
Of what?
Scroungers.
That looked okay to me.
Now, the penny ante hustlers, I can tell. It's just some are better than others.
Oh, shoot. I should have bought another pair of flats.
Now, listen. I'm gonna go see Gordy Schiller right away. He'll come through for us. I know he will. And then I'm gonna take my little jelly apple and we're gonna move back up into the winner's circle again.
Now, I'm not complaining. If a place is clean, it's got closets.
I know. Now, there's a coffee shop outside. If I'm not back in time, I want you to eat there, understand?
Don't worry about me, sweetheart. Just go about your business as though I wasn't here.
All right, you watch out for the wolves, huh? See you.
Kiss, kiss. Oh, you're a bird.
You want to see Sophia Loren?
Nah. I'm not in the mood for subtitles. Besides, I don't think she wants to see me.
Don't move. Just a teeny bit longer. I got your nose, but your chin keeps getting away from me.
Take your time. I don't have to be back to the switchboard for 15 minutes.
I thought you was the porter.
Yeah, well, I'm the porter, the relief switchboard operator, the pool maintenance engineer. Sort of a general factotum.
What's that?
You know, factotum? Well, that's sort of an all-around helper.
That's a very nice way of putting it.
You a professional artist?
Oh no. It's just a hobby I took up. I better warn you before you look at this. I'm just a beginner.
You know what they say, journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
You know, that's true. Did you just make that up?
No, I had an English professor that never left a cliche unturned.
Professor. That means college, I guess, huh?
Yeah. Hey, can I see it?
Down where my home is, we got a saying, girl with looks don't need books.
Good saying.
Personally, I never went past the 4th grade. But I'll bet you I'm doing better than most of them college kids. Take these here earrings. They're 3 carats apiece. Perfect blue white cut by hand. Of course, everybody hasn't had my opportunities.
Well, I guess it's just a matter of what you want.
What do you mean?
Well, I meant it's a question of values.
Something wrong with my values?
No, I didn't mean there was anything wrong with your values. I just meant that...
I don't think that you should go around thinking remarks about people just because they can't turn over a cliche or whatever it is that you said.
Well, no, you see, I'm sorry.
Waitress? Would you charge that to Mr. Edward Slade's room, please?
You want to sign this and write your room number down?
There.
Congratulations.
Is he awake?
He was. He goes in and out.
Gordy. Hey, Gordy, it's me, Eddie Slade. What happened?
Freeway. He went on an off ramp. Truck stopped him.
When'd you get out of jail?
Oh, you're up.
Yeah, I'm up.
I got out about a month ago. I tried calling you.
But Maxie took over for you in New Orleans and won't give back, right?
You heard, huh?
So you come down here for a little financing, huh?
Well, I figured since I cut you in on a slice of New Orleans that you might like to return the favor.
Listen, Eddie. The cops know we were partners in New Orleans. These LA police are murder.
No, Gordy. I got a big deal cooking in St. Louis. I'll pay you back in a year.
They had you on a scan 20 minutes after you crossed the city line.
Gordy, I need 100,000 is all.
You kidding? 100 grand. I can't afford a lousy manicure. I'm up to my insurance policies on this big deal I'm financing. It's big international stuff.
Okay. All right, I got a couple other friends in the area.
You're not going to stay in the area, Eddie. The cops tie us in together. And right now, I can't afford the attention. I got too much invested.
Oh, a couple of weeks, Gordy. Now, I'm desperate. The West Coast is my last chance. Now, you owe me a favor. Hey, Gordy.
All right. You got 2 weeks, Eddie. 2 weeks, but stay away from me.
Won't even know I'm around.
2 weeks, Eddie. Strictly enforced and no extensions.
Say, what kind of people they got staying here, huh?
Nice bunch.
Well, that's good. See, making friends is my business. I'm a salesman by profession.
Right this way, sir.
I might be gone a week, maybe more. I got this guy up in Portland and another one in Seattle.
Did she go to college?
Who?
What are we talking about? Your ex-wife.
Oh, not again. Forget her.
Bet she at least went to high school. You wouldn't have married no dunce, would you?
Penelope, will you stop it?
Boo said the boogeyman.
Look, you just draw your pictures and get lots of sun, and you better go fix me a drink.
What do you think I am, a factotum?
Where'd you pick that up?
Well, don't look so surprised. There happens to be a lot more where that came from.
I don't believe it.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'll have a cab right here, Mr. Slade.
Get one for me, too, will you?
We send a couple of cabs up to the Chinese Sunset Hotel.
Frankie, you look gorgeous.
Oh, just my old working clothes.
Oh. Well, I've got to run. I'm going to be late.
What's your hurry? Got a date?
Uh-huh. With a double feature.
Oh.
You know, I haven't been to the movies in months. No one ever asks me.
Maybe you're not the movie type, Frankie.
Well, you never know till you ask.
Hey, my cab here yet?
Be here in just a minute.
You watch out for the wise guys, huh?
And you have good luck here.
Don't miss me too much.
I will.
Come on.
Hey, don't take my cab.
Right.
I'm awfully sorry about what happened earlier.
So am I.
I was wondering if I could talk to you for a little bit. What time do you get off of work?
2 o'clock.
Could you meet me in the coffee shop around 2?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That's Sergeant Bragan.
Anything on Slade?
Yeah, he just left in a cab. License number U92271. He had a suitcase with him. He'll probably be back, though, because the girl's still here.
Right. Yeah. I'll stick with the girl. Maybe you can learn something from her.
Will you stop with that?
What he told me.
Listen, you were right. You were right. You were right. Sophia Loren, and you don't have to watch the subtitles.
Yeah.
Right.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, that's okay. It's just a funny idea I had. I don't know if you're going to cotton to it anyway.
Try me.
Well, see, his first wife was very
Whose?
Mr. Slade's. My boss.
Oh.
His first wife was very educated, all round, kind of. Not like me. It isn't that I didn't have the opportunities. My daddy was all for education, always. My mama was, too. I think that's about the only thing they saw eye to eye on. That and kids. There's 11 of us.
11? 11 kids, that's a house full, then.
I was always the best looking, especially after I started developing, you know.
Yeah.
There was this beauty contest back home, and I won it just as easy as jam. That's when I first discovered that men like to do things for good-looking girls. And that was an education in itself, I can tell you. Maybe I can't read or write so good, but I can sure tell a lox from a sport a mile away.
A lox?
You know, that's a bird that goes to Vegas and plays the nickel machines all night.
Oh.
Of course, I stopped noticing other men when I met Mr. Slade. It's been almost 3 years now.
I seem to have lost you someplace. What does this have to do with that funny idea of yours?
Oh, well, I'm getting to that. See, I've got to get me some kind of quick education. And I was thinking, you're so smart and you talk so nice, and what with your college and all, I was wondering if you couldn't teach me some things.
Me?
Well, you know, how to read better and when to turn on the manners and when to say the right thing.
Well, just a minute.
I pay for your time.
Yeah, well, I'm very flattered, but
All you have to do is give me some pointers. I'm very quick, I really am.
I think it's very nice that you want to improve yourself, but I'm not a qualified teacher. Besides, I've got my hands full here with this job.
Look, I'm going to be 24 next month. And for Mr. Slade, that's old. And I've got to get him married quick. I mean, to me. I don't want him turning around looking at me someday and saying, what am I doing with this dummy?
Well, I'm sorry, miss.
You think I got too much to learn, is that it? I admit that I got some to go. But you got to remember, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step.
I did say that.
Well, said the cunning fox, if you don't come with me, I will certainly devour you on the spot.
Pretty good. Now try reading it just for the sense of it.
Doesn't matter if you miss a word.
I know what you mean. Let me try it. Well, said the cunning fox, if you don't come with me, I will certainly devour you on the spot. A mule that had grown fat and wanton on too good an allowance of corn was one day jumping and kicking about.
What about the cunning fox?
Oh, well, he never kept his word like he said he was gonna, like to help Farmer Jones get his old chickens back. But how could he? He was eating them. And he darn near ate the ducks too, except when Farmer Jones come at him with his rifle. If you ask me, this Jones guy ain't much of a brain.
Isn't.
Isn't.
Isn't much of a brain.
It ain't. It isn't no use.
Any use.
What I mean is remembering not to use double negatives and not to say ain't isn't really gonna make any difference. I mean, I'm still gonna look like a dunce, aren't I?
Well, whatever you learn, you'll be that much further ahead.
But is Eddie gonna know?
You will.
Thing is, I don't want to change, but I want to look like I've changed, you know?
You want to quit?
Do you?
No.
Well, I guess if you could stand it, so could I.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, for what?
Well, you were telling me today when you should say thank you, like if somebody does you a favor or something. And I was just sitting here thinking about who does me favors. And I thought of you. So, thank you.
You don't suppose you could have waited till morning, do you?
Oh, I would have forgot by tomorrow.
You're welcome.
Something bothering you, honey?
Yes. I don't like the position you're putting Uncle Jack in, cousin.
Well, I'll notify you and it becomes your business.
Your old man's liable to get rough with him. I wouldn't like that.
You know, it seems to me I've heard them chimes before. It couldn't be that she just might be jealous of me and Mr. Fickett, could it?
Oh, no, not me, cousin. I know when I'm beat. It's very obvious. I'm not ignorant enough for him these days.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I'd say that you're just about as ignorant as anybody. It's just that you don't have nothing to back it up with, that's all.
Nice day for a swim, huh?
Why don't you go for a swim, then?
Reagan's my name. Fred for short. What's yours?
That's my business, thanks. Why don't you just please move out?
I live here.
Don't you think you were a little rude to him?
I said please and thank you.
Yes, I know.
Oh, he's in locks anyway.
I think there's a more gracious way to turn a guy down.
You mean a lady would have been more polite anyway?
Now that you mention it.
Well, what'd I do wrong?
It's a matter of other people's feelings.
Oh, well, shoot. I'm getting sick and tired of always being told I'm wrong. You know, I was doing pretty good before I met you, and I'll probably go on doing pretty good after I leave this dump.
Probably.
But what?
I didn't say anything.
It was there, just the way you said probably.
Penelope, there's more to growing than just learning how to read books and say thank you.
Well, aren't you the fine one to talk? Look where all your growing has got you. At least I got something to show for my way. I happen to have 27 pairs of shoes, 2 mink coats, and 3.5 carats on each ear, which I will probably be turning them in for double the size one of these days. Now, that's what I call growing.
We received a report this morning that Slade left Portland. He met with the Cooley brothers up there this afternoon.
Nice circles he moves in. Well, if he returns to the Chinese sunset, I'll be there to greet him. In the meantime, I'm going to concentrate on this guy, Fick. He stays pretty close to that girl. Who knows? Maybe she cries on his shoulder. Listen, why don't we run a routine name check on Jack Fickett, okay?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what it is. Something about the guy. He's got too much class for the kind of job he does.
Hi. I come to apologize for the way I talked today.
Well, there's no need to apologize.
Could I come in?
Yeah, sure. Sit down. I'm no one to be giving advice on how to succeed.
Well, at least you're not a hustler like the rest of them around here.
Is that what they are?
That's what Mr. Slade says, and he's almost never wrong. He says they're penny ante hustlers.
I guess some are.
He says everybody.
Everybody dreams of making a quick buck. Not everybody's willing to take a shortcut.
You say shortcut like it was a dirty word. Let me tell you something. If most people had my opportunities, they'd jump. Everybody's out for what they can get.
Yeah, sure about that.
Well, take you, for instance. Now, I come to you for lessons so that Mr. Slade would come through, but I'll bet you something. All the time you've been talking grammar, you've been thinking just what every other man thinks about. And don't you deny it. 'Cause I can tell. All you needed was the opportunity, too. What's the thing? Did you turn down even a little teeny bit?
Yes, sure I am.
Well, then what is it? You don't take money for learning me. What do you want out of this?
Well, maybe I just get a kick out of watching you learn.
What'd you tell me again about shortcuts and all that?
Sell me a cigarette, will you, Rita?
My last one.
No, no news here. I can't get close to that girl. Hey, listen, you got anything on Jack Fickett yet? Yeah. Well, I'll just try to feel him out for myself then. Hey, hold it. Yeah, it's him in person.
Just this one message, Mr. Slade.
Oh, thank you.
Excuse me. You're Eddie Slade, aren't you?
Yeah?
I read about you in that magazine last month.
So?
Oh, no offense. It's just been bothering me where I know you from. King of the bookmakers, they called you. Hey, must be a lot of money in that business when I drop on the ponies alone. Hey, we're having a little party tonight, Eddie. Be happy if you and a little lady care to join us.
Yeah, thanks.
Catch anything?
No luck.
Use live bait.
Did you miss me? Huh?
Prodigiously.
What?
That means lots.
Hey, listen, baby. Now, I might as well tell you, it's bad news all over. I really struck out. Not a single old buddy would come through. And look at this.
Well, midnight. That's not even fair, Eddie.
Look, when Gordy says get out, he's not playing games.
Well, don't you worry. We can always get jobs.
What kind of talk is that?
Well, that's what people do.
How do you know what people do?
That's one of the things I'm learning.
From who?
Whom? From whom? Anyhow, from Jack.
Jack? Who's Jack?
Jack, my teacher. See that guy cleaning the pool over there? He's my teacher.
Okay. All right, well, what have you been learning, huh? Come on, tell me.
You mean just like that?
Well, sure, you're so smart. I want to know. What are you learning?
Well, when you just ask me right out like that, I can't.
You see, I just shut up for you and come on over here.
No,
Come on.
no. You asked me, and I'm going to tell you. First of all, take the folks that live here. They aren't hustlers like you said.
Well, they're not, huh?
No, just because they took the straight route. No crummy shortcuts for them. They worked hard all their lives, and they got values. You take Sam over there. He made his being an agent for actors. He knows a lot of big stars. But his wife divorced him after 21 years, and he moved in here. And then there's Rita. She's a very important script girl. She's the highest paid in Hollywood, and she's in great demand. Every director in town wants her. And then there's Orrin. He's a lawyer, and he's very important, too. He's made a lot of money in his lifetime.
Nice day for a suntan, huh?
Don't give too much.
So, you know, I got a pretty good ear for accents, but I can't quite place yours. What is it, Midwestern, son?
A little bit of everything, I guess. We moved around a lot.
Oh, yeah? Where'd you go to school?
All over. Excuse me.
Say, did you ever make college?
I took a few courses.
Yeah, out here, California?
No, back east.
Let me ask you something. What's a guy like you doing work like this for?
It gives me time to think. Don't get too much sun.
Bartender wanted. No experience necessary. 5-4.
That's enough of that, you understand?
Hey, I was just trying to show you how good I could read. Where you going?
Slam.
Quarter. A quarter. Oh, boy. No, I'm not.
I want to talk to you. Yes, sir. What's the idea of fooling around with my girl?
I think you're mistaken.
She told me.
She could have told you that.
That girl has what you might call a beautiful innocence of mind. And I don't want her thinking, and I don't want her educated, so let me give you a warning, mister. You stay away from her, and believe me, it's not a friendly warning either, because if I catch you hanging around her again, you're going to find yourself hurting. Bad.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
If you want my opinion, you're wrong about Penelope.
Oh?
She has a lot inside of her. You might call it a drive to grow. That type of energy is hard to stop.
Just you stay away from her. And don't you worry about her energy.
You just watch Eddie in action. Could we have a couple of scotch and waters, please?
Sure.
Yeah, my business here is just about done, so we're going to be heading east soon.
Oh, were you working here on some kind of deal?
Oh, thank you.
Bookmaking, huh?
Here you go, honey.
Thank you.
That must pay plenty on an investment.
Oh, about 20 for every dollar invested, yeah. The first year.
Well, that's plenty, all right. I suppose you're all financed, though.
Oh, no problems.
Anything open?
No, not a thing. At least, well, not much. There's 50,000, but I expect to have that by tomorrow morning.
50,000.
Uh-huh. Honey, why don't we get some air? Come on.
Oh, wait a minute,
What's
Mr.
that?
Slade. You particular where this comes from? I mean, say if I could raise what you need tonight.
Tonight? Well, look, I tell you, Sam, right?
Right.
Well, no offense, Sam. It's just that I just don't like dealing in amateur money. You see, they always want to have their say-so, you know, and the little guy, that is. And the trouble is, they don't know what they're talking about.
But you wouldn't have to explain anything. I mean, I could do all the explaining.
Well, I don't know.
It would be strictly a deal between me and you.
I'll tell you what I do. If you can come up with the money before my other source, you know, no promises, right? But I'll talk to you.
Well, thanks. That's great, Eddie.
You know, right now, your good friend Sam is telling all those other good people in there all about the big opportunity. Now, some of them won't fall for it, at least not at first.
It isn't gonna work. Some people just don't go for shortcuts.
You don't think so? You want to make a bet with me? Do you?
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you're right, I'm going to buy you a diamond ring to go with those diamond earrings. And if I'm right, you throw away your books and you stop talking grammar. Deal?
What kind of ring?
Just a ring, the kind you put on your finger. Any finger. You got a deal or not?
Deal.
You go back in there and watch. Old Eddie's just going to go in there and lie down and let Mother Nature do his work for him.
But how illegal is it, actually?
Wait a minute, Rita. Let's get ourselves a little privacy. That's it, folks. Party's over. Hope you all had a good time. See you later.
It sure was lovely of you to ask me, Sam.
Now, Alice.
Good night.
Good night, dear.
As a lawyer, I can tell you there'd be a lot of complications. Just the income tax, for example.
Well, that's the beauty of it. There'd be no income tax.
And we wouldn't have to sign any papers.
Now, wait a minute.
Jack! I'd like to talk to you.
Sure, come on in.
Well, maybe we better go to the coffee shop.
I'll let some coffee. Come on in.
I don't think we better.
Okay.
What are you getting on your money now? 6% if you're lucky? I'm talking about $20 for every dollar you put up. Listen, this kind of a break is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You'll never get this kind of an opportunity again. It just doesn't happen twice. What else am I gonna tell you? You know how my ex wiped me out. Yet I'm willing to put up every last cent I got left, 11,000 bucks. Now, you all know me. Would I put myself out on a hook like that if I wasn't sure that this is maybe the last big break, the last chance I get to buy myself a first-class old age? And that goes for you, too. Remember, 20 bucks for every one you put up. Figure even half of that. What do you say, Rita?
Well, if Orrin went in, I might consider it.
I don't know. You could figure if there was no risk and it was entirely legal, a small investor couldn't get in. The big banks would be in there.
Now you're thinking straight.
Who is it?
So?
So?
Say hello to Kenny.
Hello, Kenny.
It's almost midnight. We're here to help you keep your word to Gordy.
I got 20 minutes yet. Man, you're not gonna hold me to that. Saul, I'm on the brink of getting my bankroll. It could be here any minute.
Well, if it's here any minute, you got no problem.
So maybe it's a few more seconds.
A few more seconds is too late.
I'll call Gordy.
Gordy can't be disturbed.
I should have known Eddie was right. Boy, if you could have only seen the way Sam bit. Human nature. I guess you're the only person I ever saw could beat that rap. If you want to know the truth, I'm beginning to think maybe you're a sucker for it.
Maybe.
Well, it's none of my business. Maybe you'll never learn. But they sure will.
Does that mean they're not going to get their money back?
I wish I'd never started to draw your picture. No. That ain't true. That isn't true. I could never be sorry for knowing you. That's the awful part about it. Well, you better go and save those decent people of yours. They're gypping themselves. The whole thing is something Eddie just made up.
Oh, you've got to tell them, Penelope.
Are you kidding me? You think I'd double-cross Eddie? I'm no fink. It's bad enough I told you.
I thought you were learning something.
All about the cunning fox. Except I think I knew him already.
You won't tell them. All right.
They make you up a positive?
Yeah, just came back from the lab. You know, I've been living with this guy every day now for 2 weeks, but wasn't until I saw that something started to click. Can't put my finger on it.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I know. Seen his face on a card or on a wand or something, but I can't remember.
Hey!
Come on.
As I said, it's none of my business.
I don't know what you're up to, Jack. I only know what he said. I tell you, Slade didn't even approach me. I approached him. I'm not even sure at this minute he'll even take our money. I'm only going on the assumption that we can get our money in first.
There is no other money, Sam.
How do you know?
Well, Sam swears
No,
it's
no,
true.
wait,
When I
wait,
was
wait,
there, I was there when the whole
wait
thing
a minute,
happened.
wait a minute. Are you just repeating something you heard, a rumor? How do you know?
'Cause I told him. And I'm practically the horse's mouth.
What made you tell us?
Ask the professor here. He figured you hustlers deserved a break. Me, I think I'm cuckoo to tell you anything.
I'm sorry, fellas.
Oh, narrow
Oh, it was
escape,
close,
Sam.
but not your fault, Sam.
Will you come on and let go of me?
What you did in there?
What I did in there was to prove myself a first-class lox.
No.
Are you putting me on? Did you see them in there all turned on over an easy buck? Just like Mr. Slade said, everybody's hustling.
Not everybody.
Look, would you do me a favor and just admit you were wrong about those people? Then I could go back to believing you were wrong about everything.
All I said was not everybody's hustling. You just proved that. You told them the truth.
Well, that's great. Now I'm a fink.
No, it just means you're growing up fast.
I'm not sure I like it.
You will when you get there. No. Oh, so, come on now. Give me a break. You know.
No. Somebody get a doctor.
Eddie! Oh, Eddie! Oh.
Where's Fickett?
I don't know.
The work is hard, to be endured from day to day. But here, just 20 miles north of the Gulf of Mexico, Richard Kimball has found reason to gain a new foothold on life. His first in a very long time.
Quitting time!
The last day in the patch is always the best day.
You tired, Catherine?
Shoot, Mike Johnson. I could work another 10 hours. Aunt Catherine is bone slender, but she's got a mighty strong back. Go on, Ma.
Well, it's a fact. Like her mom. Kind of does something for a woman to be strong in the back, don't it?
Well, it never done nothing for me.
That's a fact.
Oh, you, Lester, you're funning me again.
Don't you kind of think it does something for a woman, Mike?
That's a fact.
Oh, you hush.
A pretty girl grew from a pigtail child to a woman tall and fair. And the flowers ran to hide every time she smiled, afraid folks might compare.
That Joe. All the time funning with Ida Catherine. We used to think, Naomi and me, we'd have ourselves a guitar-picking son-in-law. Now she can't even give him the time of day.
That's him, all right.
Yeah, I checked with that photographer over at the newspaper. He said most of those workers hired out at the Crawford farm. It's a big place, north part of the county.
Can we get started right away?
Sure can, sir. Take us into the night to get there. Still can't figure a fellow like him being with folks like that. He must be bored half to death.
He figures he's safe with them. Kimball won't find that boring.
You're my pal. General delivery. Say, Mike, you just gotta stay with us. Here, you kids, get out of here. Beef. I'm fixing real beef hamburger with scallions. Of course, that's better inside me. Now, I ain't got no chair and no cloth at the table.
Yeah, I can't every day you can sit out in the weeds and eat your supper without any table or chairs.
I can't stay. I've got to catch that 9 o'clock freight.
Well, you can have a cup of coffee. That won't keep you too long.
Pulling out for up north in the morning, Mike. Picking corn sure beats cutting cauliflower. You better come along with us.
Please come, Mike.
Man says he's got to be moving on, Lester.
You keep out of this.
No, I heard that little Herrera girl come down with something, and I thought maybe I'd go over there and try to cheer her up a little bit, and thought maybe you'd like to come along, Kate.
Sorry, Jonesy, I don't feel up to it.
All right. You know, you sure brought about some changes around here, Mr. Johnson. From the hills of night, the outlaw came, just running for to live. And the pretty little girl never knew his name. Still all her love she'd give.
I thought you said you had some folks to go visit, Jonesy.
What's the matter? It's just a little song. I believe my daddy told me it was writ about Billy the Kid and Pat Garrett.
Well, I don't like it.
And it's a sad, sad song that I am singing. It's a sad, sad tale I tell about a love that a poor girl is bringing to a man who is destined for hell.
When you found me, I guess I was pretty sick. You said I was out of my head sometimes. I never asked you what I said during that time.
What a man was ain't nearly as important as what he is.
No, we never told nobody. Others just must have guessed that you was running. Jonesy, too, I suppose.
But it's dangerous, ain't it? I mean, even them guessing.
Yeah, I'm afraid it is. Well, say thanks.
Bye, Mike.
Go ahead.
Good luck. We sure will miss you, Mike. First time in my life, I'm scared. Every time you walk more than 10 feet away from me, I get scared. You go right now if you've got to go. And even if I call you, you don't look back or anything.
lieutenant's coming and all. I just forgot to ask him where he...
Now, Mr. Kelly, now, if you don't help us, the lieutenant and me are going to have to take you into San Martin for questioning. You might not see your family for a whole week or so.
I tell
You want that?
He just wandered off. If he's the fella you say he is, sure ain't no surprise he didn't tell me where he
Face
was going.
it, Lester. A week away from picking, you'll be having to grub your family.
You keep
roots.
out of this, Jock.
Now, the sheriff said a week or so, but he could be wrong. Because if we find Kimball, we might charge you with being an accessory. That could mean a year in prison. Could your family manage that long?
Whole year in jail?
Mm-hmm. This man's a police lieutenant from Indiana. He means what he says.
Go to the packing shed.
What was that?
Go to the packing shed and get the slow freight.
Who told you where to find me?
Man you were traveling with, I believe his name's Kelly.
San Martin calling G104. San Martin calling G104.
Ooh-wee. You live in this country as long as I have, you get an itch about a storm like this. That's more than just a wind setting up.
Sheriff, we just got a report from Junction Center. That rest home out there is right in the path of the hurricane. Over.
They calling it a hurricane now?
Well, they say it's just the edge of one, but the way this town is swaying around, it can't be anything else. Over.
The rest home. Did you give the order to evacuate?
I did, but we still need more wheels. The cars can't get through. Over.
I'll take the bypass to Junction Center. Maybe I can get there ahead of the storm.
Good luck. Out.
Sheriff, I've got to get this man to San Martin.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant. There must be 30, 40 old folks out there at Junction Center to have to be moved.
How long will that take?
Can't tell. Depends on how bad this storm gets. Might take an hour, might take 6.
Any place you can drop us off where we can get transportation back to town?
Well, up ahead there's a Crawford farm. At least their field headquarters, but I don't see...
I thought that's where we came from.
Crawford place ain't no truck farm. It's bigger than a lot of states.
That's for sure.
We've been riding through it ever since we took off.
All right, let us off there.
I don't see how that's such a good idea. The storm's heading this way fast. It's going to take a man tossing 50 feet in the air.
Be just as bad at Junction Center, won't it?
Well, that's for sure.
What are you doing? It cost you $2 a head for a 12-hour shift.
You got no right to charge us for getting in out of the storm.
Hey, what's the matter with that kid?
No sé, señor.
What do you mean?
She says she doesn't know.
I heard her. Well, she just come over the water last week, didn't she?
What difference does that make?
I heard they got some typhoid down there.
Oh, Santa Maria, no, por favor.
Well, you don't know it's typhoid.
You don't know it ain't.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying you all been traveling with them. And I ain't gonna take the chance of infecting these people inside here. So get going.
Well, where can we go?
Try the stables.
You know I won't hold up against the kind of wind that's coming.
It's been holding up a lot of years. Besides, that ain't my problem. Well, get out of here.
I am sorry, Senor Carly.
What for? You didn't fill him with all that poison.
Get this man to San Martin.
Sorry, I can't help you.
You must have a truck.
Of course I got a truck. That road between here and San Martin is like a shooting gallery by now. That wind'll knock anything off the road. Sorry, it's out of the question. Right, hold him right there.
Mike?
Oh, that's far enough.
Papa told me you were here. You got to help us.
Get out of here.
There's a little girl in the stable. She's sick, Mike. She just can't stop shaking.
Sorry, Kimball, I can't allow it.
If I was you, Lieutenant, I wouldn't come any closer. The way I figured the little girl she's talking about like it's not got the typhoid. That's why I got them all out in the stable.
Why don't you tell him about the $2 a head you've been collecting?
Look, when I was working the fields, I kicked back plenty.
You gotta hurry.
You think you can help?
I don't know, maybe.
All right, let's go.
You really going out there?
Mike, it's sure good to
Where's
see
the
you.
job?
Vida de mi vida.
You'll be taking quite a chance. I guess you're right. How long has she been like this? ¿Cuántas horas?
5, 6.
What do you think? The temperature's up. She has all the symptoms. It could be typhoid. We'll just have to wait. For what? See if we can break the temperature. If we can, it isn't typhoid. Well, let's get some blankets, anything we can find to keep the child warm. Lester, put it in the back of the Jeep. Jonesy, go see if you can get Jock to give you some first aid equipment, anything you can find over there.
Whatever it is, it's like to cost me half a month's pay.
Mike?
about me telling the police where you were. They claimed I might have to go to jail for a whole year. I wouldn't mind for myself, but Naomi and Kate, well, you know.
Looks like we're gonna have to be here for a while. So we better do some work on this place. Make it as sturdy as we can.
The lieutenant's right. Got to do something to keep this place together.
You heard Mike. Let's get to it.
The appeal of the underdog?
These people know me.
And trust you, in spite of what they've been told about you.
Maybe they don't believe what they've been told.
Or maybe they don't want to.
It's the same thing, isn't it?
Now, there's your medicine. And take off before you spread any germs.
You know, one day when you ain't got that rifle, I'm gonna come back and whoop your head for you, Jock.
I thought you were gonna sing me a pretty love song with that out-of-tune guitar.
To as well as not.
Let me see that.
I just happened to get my head in the way of a piece of flying tree.
Anything there you can use?
The aspirin might help break the fever.
I'm sorry, Ida Catherine. I ain't no hero.
Well, I guess from the look of things, you won't be going anywhere for a little while.
Give me some water, Kate.
Well, I got some in the canteen.
Thank you. Just remember, I still have a gun. Come on.
Mama.
Nothing to do but wait.
How come you married a man who can't do nothing right for nobody?
Get some sleep, kid. Yo duermo ahora. Me dice si la muchacha tiene más calor, más...
¿Frío?
Frío, sí.
Bueno, se lo diré. Padre nuestro que está en cielo, santificado sea tu nombre.
You have no idea who it was. Now, I better tell you something, and you better listen. This man is my prisoner, and anyone who tries to help him will be charged with aiding a convicted murderer to escape. That's a very serious offense. And if Attempting to kill an officer of the law is even more serious. Is that clear?
I'd better check the girl.
You throw a mean pitchfork.
I don't know what you're talking about. What do you expect me to do? That man's gonna take you to the electric chair. Besides, it's not as though I was trying to kill him or anything. I just figured that maybe if he couldn't walk for a little while, you could get away.
Kate, promise me you won't try again.
But he's trying.
Promise me, Kate.
All right, I promise. But what about the others?
I suppose I should thank you.
No bother.
What you did didn't surprise me.
No, I'll try to get away if I can.
That doesn't surprise me either.
At the outlaw's heels, the sheriff rode with a gun strapped to his side, and the ever-running man lived the outlaw's code. Take love, but never bride. So the chase went on both day and night, with the sheriff gaining some, till they didn't give a hang who was right or wrong, just when the end would come. And it's a sad, sad song that I am singing. It's a sad, sad tale I tell about a love that a poor girl is bringing to a man who is destined for hell.
Jonesy, why don't you shut up?
All right, Harry, I'll check with you later. Out. Larry, we got him all over at the Bracken Ranch. I guess they'll be okay there.
Well, say, what about the lieutenant from Indiana? He hasn't showed up here yet.
Well, he must have holed up till it's over.
You think they're still out at the Crawford place?
Well, won't know that until they get the phone lines in. Guess we better figure it that way. Be hours before we can get a car out to them.
Oh, they're as safe there as any place tonight.
That's not saying much.
With all this exposure, half these people are going to catch pneumonia. Typhoid, maybe. Unless this place falls in first. You're a good assistant, kid.
I'm just good with you. Mike, after the storm's over, what are you gonna do about him?
I don't know.
He's got a gun, and he's mean. He'll shoot you if you try to run.
Let's forget about him for a while.
I'd like that. I'd like to forget the whole thing ever happened. I can see you now, sitting in your office, driving your big car, living in your fine house. Mike, tell me about your wife. What was she like?
It's getting hard to remember.
She fitted in that world, didn't she? I can remember when I was little, we would drive through the nice neighborhoods, and I'd watch the other kids playing out in front of their houses. Mom used to tell me that envy was a deadly sin. Still, there was nothing, just nothing I could do to take away that feeling I had inside of me. It looks like I haven't licked it yet.
Señor Doctor? Oh, gracias, gracias. Oh, que Dios lo bendiga. Que Dios lo bendiga. Oh. Que Dios lo bendiga.
Watch out for up above now. Get his back up against that crate. Get his coat off. Easy. Now get his coat off. Watch out up there! Put it down! Be careful back there! Give me a stick and a piece of cloth. Hurry up! Somebody give me a stick and a piece of cloth! How bad is it? You severed an artery in your arm. Leg will give you some pain, but it's not as bad. That's it. Thank you. Together. We're going into the main house.
Now, wait a minute, Mike. That jock seems to have got a gun, and he ain't afraid to use it.
Well, that's just what he's going to have to do.
You think a cop who's only after your neck's worth all that?
Want to sit around here and have this place fall in?
Well, we don't know what's going to happen to this roof, but we do know he's got bullets to go with that gun of his.
All of us in the barn, we're coming in. Get back where you belong. The girl didn't have time you say?
The lieutenant's been injured. He needs proper medical attention.
Are you gonna help him?
We're coming in. How about it, Jump? You gonna shoot all of us?
Okay. Just be sure you stay clear of the rest of us.
Let's get the others.
All right, you people, move to the back. Don't get too close.
Get out. Ashley. Hey, carry some more. Come on.
I still say we should have left him in the barn. It looked comfortable enough to me.
It don't seem right for us to help him when we know he's agin you, Mike. We just can't think all complicated like you do.
The only way folks like us can keep a hold on this earth is to look out for our own, even when they don't want to do it themselves.
You're building up quite a case. Selfless, devoted doctor saves the life of his persecutor. They must be impressed. I suppose even I am.
But that doesn't change anything.
No. That doesn't change anything.
What are you doing?
He's lost a lot of blood. He needs a transfusion. They should have some medical supplies they use for animals.
You got to do all this? It scares me.
Would you boil me some water, Kid?
Mike, I know when you leave here that I can't go with you. But it'll mean something to me to know that you're alive somewhere. Don't help him, Mike. Don't help him.
Kid, boil me some water. These instruments need sterilizing.
Now the outlaw faces the sheriff's gun. On this night, one man will die. But no matter who it is sees the morning sun, the girl is sure to cry.
This man needs a blood transfusion. His blood type is B.
If you look on your health certificate cards, you'll find your type. If he doesn't get blood, he'll die.
And it's a sad, sad song that I am singing. It's a sad, sad tale I tell about a death that a sheriff is bringing to a man who is destined for hell.
I'll ask you once more. This...
Lester, don't you think we ought to do
Hush
something?
up. He's just lucky he's got us to keep him from digging himself a grave.
But he's making it sound like what we're doing ain't right.
Well, what we're doing is right. Look at all these people. You think they want Mike to keep on with this foolishness?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Mike, I want to try one more time. Because I really want to understand you. I really do. If that man lives, he'll see you killed. Now, why are you trying so hard to save his life?
For a doctor, every life is worth saving.
Guess I'm just too stupid to understand it.
No, you're not, kid.
All I can get out of it is that you want me to help them kill you. I don't understand why you want it. I know that's what you want. You want him to get blood? All right, Mike, you can give him mine, because it's his type. It's all right, Mike. You can give him all of it if you want to.
Ida Catherine, what did you...
Now the outlaw faces the sheriff's gun. On this night, one man will die, and no matter who it is, sees the morning sun. The girl is sure to cry, and the outlaw lives like a running man, with the next hill in his eye. And there'll always be a sheriff with a gun in hand, and a girl who'll surely cry.
Well, we still can't get through to the Crawford farm, but I figured if you had some lines up, it must be pretty well over, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks. Road's clear. Let's go.
Crawford plate?
Well, it figures he's still there.
It could be in a ditch someplace by now.
Well, we'll check those, too. Come on.
That's it, boys. Bring them all out here and set them down where we can all get out. Everybody have a drink. It's on the house. There, Mike. Have yourself a drink.
Look at him. A few hours ago, he was at death's door. What did you do to him, anyway?
There was nothing really wrong with him. He just lost some blood.
They can celebrate the end of the storm. Me, I'm having myself a wake. No friend of mine ever goes without I give him a wake.
Yeah, not gonna be any wake, Lester.
Oh, no? Well, then you better pull out and quick. Because now if that storm's over and that road's open, they'll come looking for him and you.
I'll go. Just want to check him for something.
Yeah. Something wrong with his insides? I'll tell you what's wrong. They're rotting away from all that meanness.
All right. I dare you celebrating somewhere else. The road's open. And you can all get out of here as soon as you pay me for that whiskey.
Old Jocko. You know, every season we come to this farm and somebody wants a can of beans, a little coffee, even some of this floor varnish for a Saturday night. They gotta pay you double. Well, listen's on you, Jocko. We're just drinking ourselves a little way even. And we ain't even...
Shut up, you're drunk, Kelly.
Yeah, well, maybe I am, but that don't change what I'm saying.
I said shut up, you
Next
Kelly.
year, you better treat us right.
Look, I ain't
Or
asking
one
you to
morning we
shut up,
won't
I'm telling
be
you.
here. And you're going to have to cut a parcel of that cauliflower all by yourself. And the general manager's going to think that's awful peculiar.
Get out. I said get out, all of you.
We'll put a fresh bandage on your arm. Get some clean water from the well. I'll go with you. We're not up to a long walk yet.
In that case, fresh bandage won't be necessary.
I think it is.
Kimball?
Kimball. Hey, big man, didn't you hear? The lieutenant's calling you.
Kimball! I'm gonna have to shoot.
You don't have to do anything.
Kimball, call these people off.